Welcome back to Hot Wheels Unleashed with Wolverine and Soldierboy. If you're enjoying this series or any content on the channel, then don't forget to subscribe. Ring the bell to not miss an upload. Today we're back for 4 races, beginning with Where's the Suit. Now, Where's the Suit could be anyone, but I thought I would start today with one of the races from the Batman DLC. And yes, last episode, the DLC races were too difficult for Wolverine, but he kind of challenged me to do one, so I said, okay, Batman. And what better car to use than the Penguin? So we're going to use the Penguin car in the Batman DLC for the race Where's the Suit. Now, can we get this episode off to a flyer? Time will tell. And if you're wondering about the title of the video, Wolverine has a favourite, keep watching. In the next race, you'll see why. But let's begin with the Penguin. Can we get something out of this? And can we beat everyone else? Not sure the track. As I said, this is a DLC track, so I don't actually know, and this is the first time I'm doing a percentage race. Normally I've done the lap races and Wolverine has happened to do the percentage, but this is a first for me. So we've got to try and stay on the track. That's always the first thing. There's a lot of edges with no barriers on them, so I'm just trying to keep ahead. That looks like the Jetsons kind of car behind us there. I think it is. It's quite cool to see. There's a lot of cars that have little references to when I was a kid. Wolverine doesn't get all the references. He just sees them as things he may have seen now. Some of them, like the Jetsons, he's never seen. Whereas myself, I grew up with the Jetsons. But back to the race and actually focus on what we're doing. Shall we? We're in 4th place as it stands, the Penguin. Trying to overtake. The McLaren's ahead of us. No, we just lost out to Michelangelo. Bumper round is now ahead of us. So we've got to try and get through these cars. It's not going particularly well, but it's only 29% of the race done. So we've got plenty of time as we force the car into the wall there. Not the best way to drive, I must admit, but it worked. We gave us a bit of space, but yeah, we shouldn't be forcing cars into walls ideally. We're dropping down the rankings quite a lot here, 10th place as it stands, and we just seem to have hit a bit of a track where we're really unsure and can't really make heads or tails of which way we're meant to be going. And as a point to prove, we do the jump and then get slammed straight off the track, and that went badly wrong very quickly. Let's try this jump again, shall we, as we're in 11th place as it stands. This is not going well. There was me going to Wolverine. DLC tracks, yeah, they're not that bad. I may have to bite my tongue now. Let's see if we can get anything back from this race. Only 50% done, so we've got 50% of the race to try and catch up. And I can't see a single car ahead of me, which is never a good sign. We're currently in 11th place. And I've got to try and catch up with cars that I can't see. That's never a good thing. But let's keep going, see what we can get out of this. Right-hander coming up with the bubble machines. They're always a pain to try and throw you off. We're doing okay. Another right-hander coming up. Getting the drift there. Trying to charge our boost a little bit if we can. Before we have to use it. Left-hander. That's quite a tight left-hander there. Must be a choice of track that we didn't see. Still in 11th place. Still not really gaining. 28% left to go of the race. And I can't see us getting anything out of this the way it's going. I can't see a single car around me. And it doesn't bode well if you can't see anyone else. So, yeah, something's not quite right here. We're kind of on our own. 20% of the race left to go. And I think I'm going the right way. It's now become a really weird situation where I just don't even know if I'm going the right way. I don't even know if I'm in the right race. Suddenly started to gain positions and I can't see other cars. But we're now in 1st place. I'm not sure how we've done it. But somehow we've taken 1st place in a jump without seeing a single other car. So I'm not too sure how this race works out. Me and Wolverine are scratching our heads in disbelief. We don't quite understand how this happened. We are being overtaken. There's a car. But we're going to get past him. We're going to win the race in 1st place. That's the first car I've seen in quite a while. And I don't quite understand how we managed to do that. But 1st place it is. And that's a good start to the episode at the very least. I just don't know how we came from 11th to 1st in the space of one jump and without being able to see another car. It does seem a little bit odd. But we gained a blind box for our troubles. So we'll take that and open that later on in this episode. But a decent result. Very confusing. I don't think I'll be going back to that track anytime soon. Now, Wolverine wasn't too sure what he wanted to do at this point. There's a few different tracks we've done and struggled with. But he wanted to go back and try Freestyle Paradise. Now, I'm not sure we did this one. I think it's one we missed. But he wants to give it a go. And the car he's going to use for this is Roadrunner. Now, I grew up with Roadrunner. The Wolverine knows Roadrunner quite well. But can Roadrunner do the business on track? It was always a quick creature out in the cartoons. Maybe this may bode well for Wolverine. So let's see what Wolverine can do in his first race of the episode. Roadrunner is the car, and off he goes to a flyer, already into second place. That is a brilliant start by Wolverine there. And now in the first, and he's flying. And I will say the smile on Wolverine's face is incredible. He's just flying for everyone, and the title of the video is Wolverine has a favourite. Well, this is it. He thinks this car is the bee's knees. He thinks it does everything it says and more. But can he see this result through? This is a lap race unlike the previous one, so he's got to hold it together. Try and make as little mistakes as possible. And when you're in the lead, the pressure is on. So he's got to try not to bottle it. And just try and keep it together. So far so good. Little mistakes here and there, but he's making up with it and keeping the speed quite high. So that's always a good thing. Nice little drift there. Get on two wheels a little bit by the looks of things. So he rounds the corner. Looks like he's gone above the other cars there. Nice right-hander coming up. Well, a little gentle right-hander in the end. Left-hander. It doesn't seem like he's going that fast, but that's full speed. It just seems really slow when you see it like that. If there's no other cars around you, it just feels really slow. But he is actually going full speed. As he crosses the line for the end of lap 1, start of lap 2, Wolverine is in first place in Roadrunner. And Roadrunner is really living up to its name so far. And this is why Wolverine has a new favourite car. He thinks his car is fantastic. I'm not so sure it is, but he's adamant it does everything it says. Still in first place, still no sign of other cars around him. Hopefully he doesn't have the same issue I did though, and have no cars around him and then lose because somehow the other cars came from nowhere. I did the opposite of that, but I'm hoping he doesn't have the same issue. So far so good. He's just trying to keep the car steady, make sure he gets the drifts in right, charge up his boost where he can, power out the corner where he can with a bit of the boost as well. So far so good. Left-hander, drifting nicely. Getting a bit caught up. He seems to, when he drifts, he seems to turn too much, so maybe overturn. And it slows him down a little bit, so that's just going to be practice more than anything else. But he's doing okay. Left-hander coming up here for the race for the line for the end of the second lap. So left-hander, taking that nicely. No real issues really. And then it is a race for the line as we finish the second lap. Start of the third lap. There we go, across the line. Perfect. Final lap, and he is in first place. Surf and Turf is in second, and it is trying to chase him down, but nowhere to be seen at this point. Wolverine has played a blinder, and is, well, I think this may be his first win. If he holds this position, I think this is his first win in this series so far. And hopefully many more from him to come. But holding it so far, just got to make sure no silly mistakes here. Bit of a drift around the corner, nearly went wrong there. Jumping back on the track though, really well done there. And holding it together, still first place. I'm just waiting for one of the cars to come out of nowhere, because that's the thing with this, cars come out of nowhere very quickly. Bit of a boost, a bit of a mistake from yourself, and they're there, they're on your tail. But so far so good. Trying to boost out the corner to make sure he keeps his speed up. And he hasn't got much left to go to finish the race. It's nearly over. He's got a gentle right-hander followed by a left-hander. And then we should be on the home straight. Left-hander now. Coming across, off onto the pavement, or the ground. I don't know what you want to call that. Bit wayward there, he's messed up. Wolverine's made a mistake. Can he get this back? He's got it back on the track though. I don't think he's lost out. He nearly went wrong by going the complete wrong way. But held it together. And he's going to finish the race in first place with the brand new favourite car of Wolverine, the Roadrunner. Brilliant result. Start to finish, Wolverine was in control. And he nearly decided to mess the race up at the end. But luckily managed to keep it going and still finished in first place. That's 2 wins out of 2 races. Can't ask for better than that. We've got some gears as well, and we get some Freestyle Paradise track unlocked. Now, for race number 3, I decided to have a look at Ready, Set, Go. This is a time trial, and I thought, okay, we can do this. We've got 2 times to beat, 45 seconds and 42 seconds. I'm not going to commentate for this because it is a time trial. It's 1 lap shootout. We're going to be driving the McLaren Senna, and I'm aiming to at least get one of the times beaten. The McLaren Senna is a pretty quick car, so I'm hoping it will do the job. But how do we get on? Well, let's find out. And across the line with a time of 43.226, which is enough for the goal. We didn't get the unleashed goal, but we got the goal, so that's a move on. That's the track done for the time being, and that will open up more races. Decent lap. I think it just came together really well, and the car itself was pretty good. We're going to finish today's episode after we look at the rewards that I just gained: a blind box, gears, and a basement customization. I'm not worried about the basement customization. Wolverine can deal with that. But Wolverine's turn next, and he's going to follow on from the last race and actually just go to the next one, which is Open Day. And Wolverine is going to be driving Superman. It looks pretty good. Braking power seems to be the only downside to this car. And he's actually starting in a dinosaur's mouth. Don't get to say that very often in any racing game, do you? We're going to start the race in a dinosaur's mouth. Let's see how Wolverine gets on with the Superman car. Hopefully he gets a decent start. As hopefully the mouth stays open when you start the race. Imagine if it closes its teeth and you're driving into its teeth. Full boost though by the looks of it for Wolverine there. It's a percentage race again, so we've just got to keep driving and see what he can get from this. So far so good. Decent start up to second place. Can he get some of the boost as he goes along? He can indeed. Third place as it stands. Fourth place now. There's lots of cars around him. So this is where he's got to focus on his own race and ignore the other cars. Because that one there is trying to force him on the drift. But he manages to keep it going. Fourth place as it stands, dropping a few positions, but it's still there. Going round on the yellow track now, trying to get some more positions back. He's kind of battling with the top 5 or 6, which is what he should be. And that does bode well for a decent race come the end. 24% of the race done, in 5th place. And you can see the leaders ahead of him, so they're not getting away, which is the important thing. Up to 3rd place now, podium position for Wolverine in the Superman car. You'd expect Superman to be flying at this point, and he is pretty much. He did have 2nd place momentarily, but lost it again. Now he's going to get past Donatello into 2nd place. So Wolverine in 2nd place, trying to beat the Shredder. Shredder getting a bit of boost out at the last minute to take himself past. Wolverine though playing catch up, still in 2nd place though, 45% of the lap done. And to be fair, he's put himself in a very good position. Without any major mistakes now, this could be a really good finish. And I know it's not the Roadrunner car, but because we're limiting ourselves to only using one car once an episode, Roadrunner has to wait. But so far so good. Superman doing the job. Still 2nd place currently. Still trying to chase down Shredder. Car landing quite nicely there. Kind of levelled it down, which was really good. And still going strong. 63% of the race done. Left-hander now. Shredder seems to be getting a bit of a gap, and somehow Wolverine has dropped down to 3rd. It must be because of the choice section. So Donatello is the car he's got to chase down if he wants 2nd at this point. Can he keep on the tail of both of them? He's definitely catching. I think he's doing really well. Drifting around the corner nicely, getting a bit caught up on the barrier there. That's the kind. He's got to learn how to drift a little bit more. I think it's the overturning that's causing him an issue in the drift. He held it together nicely. And he's still in 3rd place. That's a podium. That still moves us on. 83% of the race done. But there are cars in his tail as you see them there straight behind him. He's now got to hold this together if he still wants a podium. We've got a big loop-to-loop coming up. Can he get this round? He's dropping down to 4th place momentarily. Can he get the position back? He's just been edged out and really slowed down there. Back into 4th place. 7%, 6% left to go. 5th place now. It's going to be a really tight finish this. I don't know if he's going to be able to get a podium. He's going to squeeze past there. Roadrunner's battling him on the line. I don't even know who won between Roadrunner and Wolverine, to be fair. He's going to finish in 4th place. Well, so close to a podium. Unfortunately, not quite there. But a decent finish nonetheless. And a really good race. It was just at the end. He just kind of let it go a little bit at the end. The other cars came back at him. But we have 5 blind boxes we can now open with the money we've acquired. So let's see what we get in all of these 5 boxes. Starting with the first one. What are we going to get? Something good, please. It is Street Creeper. Seen that a few times. Gone and raced against it a few times. It looks okay. A lot of the cars struggle for braking power. So that's a bit concerning. Next up, we have Roller Toaster. Yeah, I don't think we'll be using that anytime soon, to be fair. It doesn't look a good car. Box number 3. What are we going to have? It is Time a Taxi. Yeah, generally seems okay all round. Number 4 is the Twin Mill. Pretty quick, but again, braking power pretty poor. Have to see how that one works on the track. And for the final box, what are we going to see? Let's have a look. It is Surf and Turf. Again, another all-rounder that's probably not really going to be used that often. But that is 5 blind boxes done. No duplicates this time, so that's quite nice. Our collection is growing nicely. And we have got 280 gears, and we can only upgrade the cars that we've used in this episode. And as you'll notice, every episode there'll be star cars. They're the star cars, the ones we've used and picked before the episode starts. So I said to Wolverine, what do you want to upgrade? Using the rules we've set out. And Wolverine obviously wants to upgrade the Roadrunner, as it's his new favourite car. Didn't gain him that much. I think it was 1 acceleration. But it's an upgrade done for the Roadrunner. And I'm sure we're going to see a lot more of that from Wolverine in future episodes and future races. But that is it for today. Hope you're enjoying this series as much as myself and Wolverine are enjoying making it. If you are, don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell and drop a like on the video. That helps it as well. But we'll be back very soon with more Hot Wheels Unleashed.